There will likely be another violent weekend in France. The people you see are the country's middle class, angry at their government for changing the retirement age. The Constitutional Council just raised it to 64. Now the average Frenchman must work an additional 2 years before collecting one of the world's most generous pension programs. Max Burns here, former Democratic Hill staffer, founder of Third Degree Strategies. I see that video, Max, and all I can think of is the come and fight over Social Security in America.
Yeah, it's certainly going to get heated. I think both sides of this in America would love to be able to pull something like this off. The challenge is in France, there are much stronger public unions, not just for employees, but retirees have a union, students have a very powerful union, and they've used those over the decades to really push the federal French government to represent them. And there's just nothing comparable here to how strong that is. I mean, we've seen attempts over the years to try and build movements like this, and it's just so much more of an uphill fight here in the United States.
One of the places they're protesting is at the headquarters of LVMH, Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy, which is run by and controlled by the richest man in the world. And they're saying, hey, get the money from the billionaires. United States, 975 billionaires worth a collective $4.45 trillion. France, 68 billionaires worth a collective $294 billion. Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren suddenly look a lot better when you start having to talk about raising the retirement age, don't they?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, nobody loves a revolution quite like the French. I mean, they'll take any opportunity to barricade the streets and riot over better treatment. But I think that's something that people like Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren are trying to sort of capture the spirit of this without the destructiveness, because to an extent, even in France, the level of chaos starts to work against the protest movements. And after a big setback like they just had in the court, it's tough to see how they continue with their momentum. But here in the United States, it's not just leveraging one big protest. Because of how Social Security, retirement are administered, you'd have to have 50, one for each state. And that is just an amount of money and an amount of organization that the left can still only dream of having here.
Yeah, well, we're going to have a fight, that's for sure. As a Frenchman said to me today, complaining in France is a national pastime. Thankfully, it's not something we've inherited here in America. Max, thank you. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.